It began with the faintest whisper in the data, a momentary flicker so small it could have been dismissed as noise. Yet there it was, cold, silent, and moving through our solar system in a way nothing ever had before. From observatories in Hawaii to remote stations in South Africa, the first glimpses came in, each confirming that something wholly unfamiliar had breached the borders of our cosmic neighborhood. Soon, NASA added its voice to the chorus. An object, uncharted and unlike anything on our maps of the sky, was entering from beyond the reach of our sun's familiar gravitational sway. At first, it was easy to think of it as just another spacefaring rock. But the more eyes turned toward it, the stranger it became. Its velocity was far greater than any asteroid wandering our system. Its trajectory was too precise, its reflections unnaturally bright. And when scientists traced its path backward, the results were unsettling. It had not emerged from the icy Oort cloud, nor from the far reaches near Neptune. Instead, its origins lay in interstellar space itself, possibly even deep within the heart of the Milky Way. This was no remnant of our system's birth. This was something that had journeyed through darkness for tens of thousands of years, unseen, until now. The official record now calls it 3I Atlas. It first appeared between June 25th and June 29th, when the Atlas survey system, designed to catch dangerous objects before they catch us by surprise, flagged it. But this was no ordinary find. It was traveling at more than 152,000 miles per hour, following no gravitational loop known to us. For decades, we had no confirmed sightings of anything from beyond our solar system. Then came 2017, and the object dubbed Oumuamua, an elongated, tumbling mystery with inexplicable acceleration. In 2019, we met 2I/Borisov, a comet-like traveler more volatile than any we had ever recorded. Now Atlas had arrived, merging the strangest qualities of the two, brightness that defied its size and a path utterly alien. The James Webb Space Telescope, built to gaze into the distant past, was turned toward something much closer and perhaps far more disturbing. Early measurements showed a troubling discrepancy. Its apparent size was modest, yet the light it reflected suggested something massive. A natural surface of rock or ice could not explain such brilliance. Instead, its reflectivity resembled that of polished metal, cold, gleaming, perhaps even hollow. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, who had once suggested Oumuamua might have been artificial, urged the community to look for signs of non-gravitational acceleration, small, deliberate changes in course that could hint at navigation rather than drift. If this object was adjusting its own path, it wasn't a piece of debris, it was making choices. Webb's instruments revealed more peculiarities. The object's acceleration, though slight, could not be explained by the sun's pressure or cometary outgassing. There was no tail, no plume, no detectable emissions. Its thermal signature was steady and patterned, unlike the chaotic heat distribution of natural bodies. Spectral analysis only deepened the mystery. The surface lacked the mineral fingerprints of asteroids or comets. Instead, traces suggested complex carbon structures, more consistent with engineered materials than raw geology. Its rotation showed a hint of symmetry, as though one side had been crafted to absorb heat differently from the other. It was enough to stir private whispers in scientific circles. If nature had not made this, then who had? At first, agencies shared their findings openly. Then, a shift. Data pages stopped updating. Observational schedules vanished from public view. Requests for Webb's raw readings were denied, citing internal review. Journalists filing Freedom of Information requests received heavily redacted replies. Astronomers were quietly reassigned. Access to telescope feeds was restricted. It seemed that something had been found, something too extraordinary, perhaps too destabilizing, for open discussion. Because once a discovery crosses the threshold where it threatens established frameworks, scientific, political, or philosophical, it stops being merely a matter of curiosity. It becomes an issue of control. And so Atlas drifts on, silent and precise, an intruder in our solar system whose very presence challenges centuries of assumptions. If it is artificial, then it comes from a civilization older and more capable than ours, one that can send a craft across millennia and have it arrive in perfect condition. If it is natural, then it represents a phenomenon so rare and advanced that it mimics intelligence itself. Either way, the conclusion is the same: our understanding of the universe is incomplete. And perhaps, as we peer into the darkness peers back. Some researchers have dared to suggest something even more unsettling. What if its arrival now is no accident? What if the moment we became capable of detecting such an object through instruments like Webb was the moment it was meant to be seen? A probe, not broadcasting, but waiting. Waiting for a civilization to cross the threshold into awareness so it could measure our reaction. Think about it, billions of years without a single clear sign. Then, in the narrow window when our technology reaches a certain point, something appears. Quiet, deliberate, fascinating enough to draw the focus of our most powerful observatory away from the distant edge of the cosmos and toward a single point here and now. In that scenario, we are no longer the observers. We are the observed. Webb was built to unravel the history of stars, galaxies, and the birth of time itself. Yet what it has found is a mirror drifting through the void, not just a reflection in infrared light, but a reflection of our own questions. Are we alone? Have we ever been? Or have we simply never been sharp-eyed enough to notice the watchers passing us by? Perhaps this is not a warning, but a test. A message not spoken in words, but written in the quiet perfection of an object too strange to be chance. And now the question has shifted. It is no longer whether we will find something out there. It is whether something has already found us.